Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope everything is good. Um, Yesterday, I asked for you to give me ideas about what to talk about, and I got a good comment from Jonathan. Jonathan has been with the channel, I think, since the birth. I'm pretty sure he's watched every single episode of the show, and he comments on most of them, and I'm super appreciative for him. Uh, but he asked me, he said that I've talked a lot over the years of all the various random skills that I've acquired or I've learned, and could I maybe show those skills and discuss those things? And I think it's a really good idea. I had a friend, well, I have a friend, Todd, the guy who owns the car dealerships that I got my car from. Todd once made a remark that if you ever need leatherworking, woodworking, metalcraft, your car fixed, your house fixed, your AC repaired, a website made, software designed, go see Chevy. And when he said it, it kind of like I didn't know that he thought that about me when he said it. It was kind of like, wow, I didn't know that all the stuff, the random stuff that I know, had an impact on my friends. But he was like, yeah, dude, I'm super, no, he wasn't jealous, but he was super impressed with all the things that I've taught myself how to do over the years. And he constantly reminds me of that. I've done 12 commercials for him now here on YouTube. And he's like, it's really impressive that you taught yourself how to do all this. And I'm like, well, that's what I do. I teach myself how to do things. And I've joked and I've not joked. I've joked. I've said jokingly, but totally not being joking, that collecting hobbies or collecting skills is my hobby. I collect hobbies. I collect skills. And it's true. And I think that a lot of that comes from my father. I grew up in a house where we didn't call people to come work on our house. We did it ourselves because my dad was an auto mechanic. And if you've ever been an auto mechanic, you'll know that auto mechanics is everything from mechanical engineering to electrician, plumbing, AC repair, everything. You have to know everything to work on a car. And so once you've learned all those skills, you can pretty much do anything that needs done in your house. And so I've just collected all those skills because that's felt like that was the thing to do. I wanted to achieve something, whether I needed a wallet made, or I needed, a hot water tank installed, or I needed to try to realize a certain song that I had playing in my head. I would go learn that instrument. I would go learn soldering. I would go learn leathercraft, because it was just, that was the way that I understood how the world worked. If I can do it, I'm not going to pay somebody else to do it. And so I have collected a lot of skills. And I think the thing is that if I were to try to sit here and name them all for you, I think I wouldn't be able to. I would just be like, oh yeah, because there is often times I will be cleaning out my collection of things that people have. I have drawers of things, I have collections of things, I have bins of things from my past, and I will find something that was like, oh, that's right, I had that hobby for a long time, or I had this hobby for a long time, or I used to practice this all the time. And so someday, and maybe I will do it here, maybe I will start cataloging all of the various random things that I've learned over the years. Because for most of my life, I've never had a main hobby. I've never had that thing that is what I'm known for. Oh, Chevy is the guy who does this, and then he makes cabinets on the side, or he's, whatever. He makes copper jewelry or something. I've never had a hobby that has, there are hobbies that I've never given up, like board games and video games and reading. Those hobbies are persistent throughout my entire life, but the importance to me it wanes. Right now, I'm in an upswing on board gaming. I hadn't been into board gaming for a couple of years. I'd kind of taken a downturn. Once I realized I wasn't going to be a game designer, once I realized that the industry was not going to be a place I was going to be able to afford to work, my board game interest kind of leveled and kind of started going down. Lately, I've been on a much bigger upswing. I've been paying a lot more attention to the board gaming world, and I'm really interested in doing reviews. I've been asked by fans for years to do reviews, and so I'm going to start doing them because I'm into it right now. Will I always be? I don't know, you know. But reading and board gaming and video gaming, those three hobbies have always been with me. And I think if you were to look at it in a larger scale, so hasn't making things, whether it's woodworking or electronics or welding or motorcycling or house repairs, like making stuff of all sorts of different disciplines is another hobby that I would say has been with me my entire life. But none of them are like, that's the thing that I do. I come home and I do that thing. You know, I don't come home and build a canoe every night or whatever. So, yeah, I have a lot of skills I've collected, and I think it's a good idea to start sharing some of them. Some of the obscure ones, you know. Magic's one of my hobbies. That I never practiced it, though. I studied it a lot. I like to know how magic tricks work. I like to know how human psychology works. Lockpicking. I think I have a lockpicking video or two here on this channel somewhere if you were to search. But lockpicking was a big hobby of mine for a long time, and I still carry my lockpicks around with me now. I could, you know, just in case. I've had friends call me up and be like, hey, can you come help me get into my house? Yeah, absolutely. So that's a useful skill. But there's lots of little things that I don't do very often, but I do them frequently enough that I maintain the skill. So I think it's a good idea, Jonathan. I'm obviously, today is just a talk about it kind of day, but I think I would like to start cataloging that stuff. So I've been talking to my girlfriend about setting up a space to do board game reviews. I'm planning on, I'm not going to do them here. I'm not going to do them on this channel. So I'm going to start setting up a space for that. I need to get a table of some kind that I can use to make it look more professional. And then we'll just start doing it. I have a lot of board games to go through. So thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and being amazing friends, being wonderful people. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from dictionary.reference.com. What English word has 3 consecutive double letters? Bookkeeper and bookkeeping and sweet-toothed have 3 consecutive sets of double letters. Others are deer reeve, feed door, heel loop, hoof-footed, hoot toot, keek keek, sonne toot toot, veneer room, and wood deer.